We will take a look at the market for high heels. For simple terms, let us say that the only shoes cost only between $8 and $35. Now let us imagine that a company named General sells high heels around a neighborhood. They can sell a pair of shoes for $30 or to make more profit, but only 2 people were able to afford the $30 pair. That is because the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. Since the high heels were at the top of the price range, the quantity demanded was at the lower demanded range. This is true of the opposite. If General decides to sell pairs of high heels for $5, then she could sell 14 pairs. This will illustrate that the quantity demanded goes up as the price goes down between more people are able to buy the shoes. The law of supply, however, states that the higher price will cause an increase on the quantity supplied, and the lower price will cause a decrease on the quantity supplied. In simple terms, the company is willing to supply more products when the price is higher, but when the price drops, the company will supply less products. For example, General's company is willing to supply 14 high heels at the price of $35. This happens because the more products supplied, more money they can gain. When the price drops, they are only willing to supply 4 high heels at the price of $10. Therefore, there needs to be an equilibrium price between the quantity supplied and demanded. The equilibrium price is the price that buyers are willing and able to buy is just equal to the amount that sellers are willing to supply. In this company, the equilibrium price is $20, the right amount that buyers are willing to spend, and A is the quantity that the sellers are willing to supply. In a women's health campaign, the First Lady of the United States announces high heels cause spine problems and encourages women to limit their use of high heels. In the campaign, she also announces that her close friends die from a high heel syndrome, which affects 72% of women who use high heels. Most women will take that in consideration, and there will be a decrease in the purchases. Not only will the price drop, but so will the quantity demanded. In this scenario, the demand curve shifts to the left because of the decrease in the price and the quantity demanded. For example, only 12 high heels were purchased at $5 instead of 14 high heels that used to be purchased at that same price, which is $5. In this scenario, designer General reveals a new type of high heels called high glows. These high heels glow in the dark and are especially trendy in the local town. However, General realizes that the shoes will quickly become out of style as people discover that they will not be able to walk quietly at night with such visually loud shoes. In anticipation of this problem, General decides to make the shoes only available for the fall season and makes sure all the buyers know how little time they have to purchase those shoes. Therefore, the temporary availability of the particular product will cause an increase in purchases, and thus the demand will shift to the right. When she reveals them, the customers run to the store to buy the shoes, and the line shifts to 6 people buying shoes at $35.
In this scenario, cows become endangered because of a new cow-killing epidemic that causes them to shrink until they disappear. Shrink-a-moo already caused an extinction of hamburgers. As a result, the cost of a square foot of leather is 3 times the previous cost. GNU would apply to this scenario because the input prices will affect the cost of high heels and the quantity demanded. The supply curve shift will be to the left because the higher the price of the materials, the higher the price of the high heels. If the price of the high heels increased, the quantity demanded was lowered. For example, in the original line at $30, 12 high heels were demanded. In the new shifted line, 10 were demanded at $30. In this scenario, Bill Gates publishes a book on how to profit from high heel sales. Numerous shoe stores were opened in a community in an attempt to make me profit. The opening of the shoe stores means there will be more high heels available to customers. A variety of high heels will allow customers to buy many. Therefore, the original curve will have a new shifted supply curve to the right. A higher price will cause an increase in the quantity supplied. For instance, instead of $20 for 8 high heels, it would be $12 for 12. A lower price caused a decrease in the quantity supplied. The number of sellers in the market eventually allowed for more profit. Price elasticity of demand is the measure of buyers' response to price changes. If buyers respond strongly to a change in price of a product, the demand is very elastic. If buyers don't respond by much, price is inelastic. Let's just say that if the price of Genera's high heels increased dramatically, most people will look for cheaper shoes. Buyers will respond strongly, and that can cause a major decrease in the quantity demanded. They will look for different shoe styles at lower prices. The effect it would have on buyers would be elastic. If Genera High company increases too much, buyers will go towards other competition in the market. For example, if Genera High glow-in-the-dark high heels are excessively costly, customers will prefer buying high heels at Martinez shoes. They might not be glow-in-the-dark, but they are sure worth the price.
When a company buys too much to sell and has an overproduction, the remaining product calls for surplus. If a company is lacking an amount of a product demanded, that is shortage. In order to have the right amount of products, companies use the equilibrium price. If the company sticks with the quantity demanded of the equilibrium price, they will not have any leftover products nor any products needed. For example, if Janira produces 10 shoes for $25 and only 8 people buy at $20, then she has a surplus of shoes. If she supplies 6 shoes at $15, the demand is 10 shoes for $15. She has a shortage of 4 shoes. The area underneath the point where the lines cross illustrates Janira's business experience shortage. The area above the equilibrium price illustrates the surplus of products she would experience. At equilibrium, the same amount of products she would supply would be the same amount of products demanded.